So to demo our project, we will use 3 different tunes to show the pause, stress, and tempo functionality. First, we're demonstrating pause.
The user must press enter to continue to the next measure.
Next, we'll demonstrate our stress functionality.
First, without stress.
Now let's stress.
Lastly, we will demonstrate our tempo functionality.
But we don't have it.
How do you do that? Well, it's a simple idea. You have simulated key program called Matlab. I hate Matlab! I love it!
All settled. A love-hate relationship.
Dang! Sound is a mechanical wave that is an oscillating pressure transmitted through a solid, liquid, or gas composed of frequencies. Okay,
Meaning that as long as I know the sound's frequency, I can express my Matlab.
still not making sense. Well, first let's start off with how the piano works. The piano has 88 keys, and each key corresponds to a different note. Look, bro, I know what a piano is. Me and my mom play chopsticks every Thanksgiving, but there are only 7 notes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Why are there 88 keys? Well, each key corresponds to a note, and depending where it is located on the keyboard, it's octave, and there are 8 octaves. Octopus? I get it. 8. But what does that mean?
Well, as we go up in the octaves, the frequency will now double. For example, the frequency of A in the first octave is 55, second it's 110, third 220, fourth 440, yada yada yada.
Look, homie, I'm an engineer, and even if I wasn't, I would know that 8 times 7 does not equal 88. Okay, here, maybe this will help. You see this formula? Can you see how key 49 corresponds to frequency 440?
Well, we take that up.
Super confusing. Abilities.
49 is 440.
Damn! Whoa, that is cool, but still, 88?
Oh yeah, you can't forget about the sharps and flats. So, for instance, 49 is A, 50 is A sharp, or A flat. Or 50 is A sharp or B flat, 48 is G sharp or A flat.
Okay, I see. Now, how do you get Matlab to make music? Well, there were some rules. First, we had to read a text file separated by commas, where each note is represented by 5 values. First character is a note. Second character is its style, it's normal, sharp, or flat. Third is octave. Fourth is amplitude or volume, if you will. And lastly, fifth is tempo. Whoa! Not a fan of rules, but continue.
Yeah, so the first things first, we must read the file. In order to do so, I make this function called readFile. So what it is a while loop nested in a while loop. The function first reads the text file line by line, and then character by character, then puts them into an x by 5 array depending on how many notes in the file. Because remember I said each note is represented by 5 characters.
Damn, son! Yeah, but that's just the beginning. After we have that, we must take each note apart and determine its frequency. Again, using that equation from before, but this time we incorporate it into a function. Look here. This function is great, but it cannot run without its subfunction. Yo, buddy, slow down. Subfunction? Well, yeah, it's just a function within a function. Wait! Can we have a function within a function within a function?
Yeah, this function is actually within another function. But anyway, back to this function, define frequency. See how this function has 3 parameters, note, style, and oct. Well, these have to come from somewhere.
Where? Hold on, we're getting there. First note comes from this function, note_eval. Here we use a switch case conditional statement to convert letters to numbers. We had to do this because we kept them as letters and they would not give us the values we wanted because of their character map. And we use the same idea for style. And as you see from my style valve. Yeah!
And remember how we said that the third character is octave?
Yeah?
Well, the third character looks like a number, but it's actually a string or a character. So to convert it to a number, you use a certain number.
Oh, I get it. That's pretty cool. But go back to find 3. Well, moving on, as you can see, we have the frequency, but that is not enough to make a noise. We also need a tone. And as you can see, from right here, we have not yet defined a value for tempo, which is what the frequency is divided by, or samples, so we'll hit that later. So let's start out on samples. Here, we define one note as 2 seconds, so we get a nice number for our sample rate. This all goes into our make tone function.
What's the make tone function?
So our function make tone has 3 parameters there: frequency, which we just found, volume, which is our 5th character, and samples, which is our sample rate. First, we started with a base amplitude of 8, and then we created a variable called frequency correction, which allows us to make sure all the notes have the same loudness, because it's proportional to both frequency and amplitude. So, to make a high frequency noise the same loudness as a low one, we have to divide its amplitude by frequency. After stating these variables, we set the rate pure tone equal to base amplitude, multiplied by frequency correction, multiplied by a volume factor, and a harmonic sine wave that depends on frequency.
That is a lot of information.
Well, moving on, the best part is about to come. Go back to make sound. Right here, we define 3 arrays, which we are going to plug into this function.
These functions don't stop.
As you may recall, when you strike a piano key, the sound you hear slowly diminishes like this. Ding! Opposed to abruptly stopping. Da! So what these values do is manipulate our sine waves to look like this. And we get to do that through our makeM function.
So the number of samples it does this over depends on the duration value given for each thing. Make envelope makes an array of values that go from 0 to 1 that makes the amplitude of the sound change based on how long the note has been going. The duration determines how long each of these phases are. The target determines where the envelope values will approach asymptotically, one per attack or per lead. The gain determines how quickly they do this approach.
Damn, how'd you figure that out?
De Leon, amigo.
As you may recall, piano is typically played with 2 hands, allowing for multiple keys to be pressed at a time. Unfortunately, Matlab can only play 1 note at a time for 1 text file, which is why we created a function to play the notes for each hand. These functions are play 1 all and play 2 all for 2.
We used to play 1 all when the user plays 1 hand and play 2 all with 2, but we only really need to look at play 1.
Yeah?
Well, you remember that tempo we were looking for in our make tone function?
Yeah!
Well, we get that from prompting the user. Remember that make sound function we kept referring to? That needed 2 parameters as well. And here's where we get those. Remember that stressing that we were talking about?
No.
Okay. Well, stressing is just increasing the volume at every first and third beat, and we only do that if the user prompts us to. We use find on an array that goes from 1 to the maximum number of values in the sound function, and then to translate into anything whose modulus by the number of samples in a full note is less than half the sampling rate or less than 3/2 of it. To emphasize this, we then double their amplitude.
Yeah? Where's the music?
Well, first we must create an empty vector called whole using our read file function. From there, they are individually evaluated with make sounds, we just explained, and the sounds from each file are then put individually into a blank vector called parts, and this is concatenated onto the current whole array.
Lastly, we had done the task of allowing our user to pause between lines. We used a while loop with the string compared to detect the string break in our text files, which indicated the end of a line, and then asked the user to press any key to continue. All these beautiful functions are intertwined and ultimately set in our main function.
I totally get it now!